One of the best noises when you go camping is the sound of the stove at the end of the day. And there's my kitchen view. Not bad, and some of you probably wouldn't find this very appetizing, but that's my meal of choice when I go out. Stag chili. Oh, it's still warm sitting here, and it's very, very quiet because there's no wind. But it won't be long before that goes down, that sun, and it's going to be, it's going to be cold, I'm sure. It's funny how when the beach seemed so appealing this morning, well, this afternoon, I was so tempted to camp at the beach. And maybe not even walk, not even come up a hill, just mill about at the beach for a day. That would have been nice. But in the back of my head, I always know it's worth it when you get up to the top. When you get up here, and when you see all this, and you're sat here, and you're warm, and you're not tired, and you're not sweaty, you just can't beat it. It's unbelievable. An amazing thing to do. I cannot recommend it enough. Though I know I'm sure it's not everybody's idea of fun. Ooh, look at that bubbling away. Well, the sun's almost down. It's getting quite a bit colder now. Hands are getting cold. The great thing about being up here late, often when you're out walking during the daytime in spring and summer, everything's quite hazy and you can't actually see the hills in the distance. But being up here late, when the sun's going down, everything gets a bit more definition. Yeah, start to make it all out now. That in the horizon, way in the distance, that's Mull, that's Ben More there. Jura is on the horizon there, and as I said before, this long thin one, that's Lismore, and Oban is somewhere on the other side on the mainland over there. Almost gone. I can tell it's cold, and I've had water in here where I cooked the rice, and there's ice on the inside of the bowl already, and the sun's only just gone down. And you can see it's gone now, it's just a glow where it was. There's a bit of a sunset happening. Ah, it's beautiful. Cold, but very, very, very beautiful. It's about 10 o'clock, I think. I wish I could show you the stars that are outside. Just poke my head out and look skyward, and you can see more than I've ever seen in this country, that's for sure. But this is only a Samsung Ace, so it's useless at showing you that kind of stuff. So you just have to take my word for it. But anyway, it's late, it's dark, it's cold, it's windy, it's time for bed. Hello world. Oh, there's the moon, and the sun's coming up. There's lots of frost on the tent. It's a bit of an effort to tie my boots this morning because the laces are frozen, even though they were indoors. I've deliberately put my boots indoors because when you leave them here in the porch overnight when it's below freezing, they freeze rock solid, absolutely rock solid, and you can't get them on. There we go, a frosty tent. Not a bad night's sleep, not a great one either. I was on the cusp of being quite cold. Slept fairly well though. I think I've got bursts of maybe 2.5 hours sleep at a time. Having the usual ritual of heading up to see the sunrise. and the sun is nearly there. There's not much warmth coming off that sun just yet. I can barely feel my fingers. That's enough photos for now. Time for breakfast, dismantle the tent and head down there. Getting some warmth from the sun now in dismantling my tent, but I'm having to stop every so often to put my gloves on because my fingers are getting too cold dismantling it all. All done, all packed up. It's fairly slow getting that tent disassembled. Disassembled, is that a word? Because it's so cold with my fingers. Quite how anyone manages to do that in the South Pole and on the South Col of Everest is beyond me. What a beautiful day. It's such a privilege being out up in the hills at this time of the morning as the sun's coming up. It's very, very beautiful. You feel like you do genuinely feel like you have the whole of upland Scotland to yourself. That's where I was camping, just up there at the very top. It's not your average type of cairn. It was an American jet in the 60s, I think, that blew up, and there's piles of it all around here off the surface. Made the cairn a bit bigger with them. Well, that's quite something. I wasn't expecting to see this much snow here, but that's just remarkable. Now it's just a nice easy downward stroll, pretty much all the way back to the car, which is down in this glen, at the end of this glen here. I can't think of a better way to end the walk than the walking over gentle grassy slopes down with a sea view. I'm pretty much done. It's just a sharp bit of descent to do now, which will take me back to the start where I started off, which was here next to this little house. That's where I started, and then I went to the corner of this plantation here and came up here yesterday, all the way along up to the top here, down along to the top of Morvern, which is this one. Then I came along here,
creek then, this one, that's where I camped in a little white patch of snow at the very, very top, and I've since come around here, over these undulating hills, down here, past my feet, and back down to the car. It's windier than it was yesterday, but the cloud's gone now, so it's getting warm again. But it's still so clear, with this easterly wind, all this wonderful cold air. Everything's so clear. It's amazing. Finished. Job done. Now I'm going to find a beach and sit.